What's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you 5 amazing tips for you to know as a Terran player. I feel like I get a lot of these questions in my stream and I thought maybe I'd make a video about it. But these are things that might really help you if you don't know about them. Let's check it out. Tip number 1. Loading and unloading Medivacs. One question I get a lot on my stream is how do I load and unload my Medivacs so quickly? Well, for loading it's really quite simple. You just select all of your units and right-click the Medivacs that you want to load. And if you want to unload them while they're moving, all you have to do is click the unload button and the Medivac that you want to unload while the Medivac is moving. This is especially useful if you want to take fights that you normally wouldn't win, but you can by dropping against units, for example, like the Colossi that have really high splash damage. So by dropping on top of them, you can really minimize the splash damage onto your units and win a fight that you normally wouldn't. Another loading and unloading trick that's really useful is when you want to split your army into two different segments. So for example, if I only want to load 3 Medivacs and drop them somewhere else really quickly, I can load these Medivacs and simply press the drop button and drop somewhere else. And only the Medivacs that have units in them will go. You can do this really quickly with some practice. And this is actually really useful to do split army pushes, as this does enable you to hotkey your armory separately. Tip number 2, auto repair. If you don't know what auto repair is, chances are you have an extremely difficult time repairing buildings, especially when you're getting all in by Zerg and Protoss. Because even when you pull all your SCVs to repair a building, other things can still happen, like for example fully repairing the bunker to full HP and then your SCVs stop repairing, or the wall gets broken. Both of these things can be extremely inconvenient, and it can be easily fixed with one simple button. Either by right-clicking your repair button or by pressing the Alt hotkey together with the R hotkey, you can set your SCVs to auto repair. And that's going to make holding outlets extremely easier, because just by setting your SCVs to repair the bunker, they will also automatically start working on things like depots and even the bunker when it reaches full HP. So you can see the SCVs are already repairing the depots, and it's also repairing their own SCVs. So making the hold a lot more efficient and easy to manage. With this button, you can also even focus on other things like macroing and preparing your production facilities for the later stages of the game. Tip number 3, rapid fire. For those of you who don't know what rapid fire is, if you go into your unit management hotkeys, you can actually set up your choose ability or AI target hotkey to the same button as your the special ability hotkey. By doing this, it allows you to simply hold down the button and spam the ability on as many targets as you want. As a Terran, this is especially useful for 2 units, Liberators and Ghosts. Ghosts are the most important ones, as they have the snipe ability, which is extremely spammable, and in situations where you have a lot of units like this, normally it would be very difficult to R-click every single unit, but with the rapid fire hotkey, you can simply hold R and wave your mouse around and let the rapid fire do its trick. This is also useful for the Liberator, because once you get a lot of them, you want to be able to siege them as quickly as possible, as you might be getting yourself into an unexpected engagement, or maybe you're ambushed and you need to siege these up very quickly. So what's easier than pressing E and clicking 10 times is simply holding E. This is especially useful if you have a higher repeat rate on your keyboard, which can be done also in tutorials that you find online. If you're curious about how to set up your rapid fire hotkeys, you can check out this image that I set up for you. That is the location of your hotkey file, and this will enable you to set up multiple buttons for your rapid fire hotkey. The reason why you want to do it through the Notepad version is because if you try to do it in game, it will only allow you to set up one button as your rapid fire hotkey, as you can see. Tip number 4, harassing with Liberators. When you watch pros, they're very efficient at harassing with Liberators very quickly. There's a couple of tricks you can use to improve your Liberator harass as a Terran player. One of them, for example, is shift queuing Liberators. While everyone knows how to shift queue Liberators around the map, you can also use this to your advantage if you want to shift queue multiple bases or to spread out your Liberators in a way that they harass the same base from different angles very easily. If I want, for example, to select these 2 Liberators to harass the Zerg base, I can do shift click, move him to the position, shift click one time, and move the other one to the other position. You can do this even more quickly, all the way from your base. You don't need vision wherever you're going, simply by shift queuing over there. And the Liberators will do their job without you having to pay attention to them. You can also do this by shift queuing into multiple bases, so you don't have to set up every single Liberator individually, as that might take a while. Another thing you can do that a lot of people don't know is cast the abilities or issue commands through the minimap. While you may know you can do this with the attack move command, you can also use this with abilities. Normally, it's not very useful, but the Liberator is an exception. So in this case, for example, you can actually siege the Zerg base without even looking at it by simply pressing the siege button and clicking on the Zerg base. While this is normally not super efficient, it can help if you're trying to siege multiple bases at the same time and you're kind of low or tied up on APM. Tip number 5, Widowmine drops. By using what I taught earlier, how to drop Medivacs while moving, you can execute pretty efficient Widowmine drops, which are very deadly to workers. Normally, when you drop Widowmines, you want to burrow them as soon as possible. And that's usually quite easy if you come at an angle where the Widowmines are very easy to target. In that case, you can simply box each individual Widowmine as you're dropping, and they will deal deadly damage. But what happens when you drop the Widowmines at an angle that is covered by the Medivac? In that case, you can box both Widowmine and Medivac as you drop, and quickly press Tab E. You want to do this every time a Widowmine is dropped for the fastest possible drop. Let me show this to you what it looks like in action. Boost, drop, Tab E, Tab E, Tab E. This one didn't work for some reason, but you get the idea. Well, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope it helps you in your ladder games and maybe even tournament games. But these were 5 amazing tips for Terran players. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for videos that you would like to see here on my channel. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. But all in all, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.